Okay, adan po natin ng design yung ating table. So, itong TR will be identified as a class of, let's say, row. So, this will be, ilagay po muna natin sa ating T body. No, the T head para ma-separate natin yung information natin from our label and our body content. T body. Okay. So, let's say row 1, lagyan natin ng design. So, class row 1, background is black, and then color is white. And then, ayan na, okay na yan. Then, run natin. Oops. Class row 1. So, background is black, and then color is white. PD class. T-head. Ayan po. Late lang nag-react yung machine ko. And then, add, I think okay na. So, I will add a padding for the TD. Padding, let's say 10px. And then, okay, run our code. Ayan. And then, let's say mag-add tayo ng content ng ating content ng ating table. So ayan, every time po na meron tayong data list ng ating fruits, so gaganyan na po natin. So dadami po yan, dadami pong TR. Kasi marami kasing list ng fruits na i-add natin. So, dadami po ang kanyang rows. Okay, so run. Ganyan po ang mangyayari ng ating system. Okay, so undo na lang po yan. So, ganyan. Meron na tayong identified as one unique row. So, identify po natin as row 2. Okay po, so lagyan po natin ang design kung row 2 natin. So, the background would be a white and cursor. So, cursor would be pointer. Okay, so pointer. And then, okay, meron na tayong magandang output. Ayan po. So, lagyan po natin ng label. So, let's say, this is a line number, and then this is a fruit name. Then this is the price, fruit price, and then this is a control. So, in here, this segment, we will add here a control functionality for our control functionality on every rows of our table, for every rows of our table. So the control I'm referring to is the edit and the delete. Okay, so dito po natin yan ilalagay. Okay, so tayong ganyan, and then okay, so add po natin yung isang division natin dito. So div this will be identified as the div2. So gusto ko pong mag-add ng adding form dito, no? Form para maka-add tayo ng elements na ilalagay niya for this table. Okay po. So div2, a-adjust ko lang po yung size ng aking, let's say gawin kong 900 or 1000. So ito po yung magiging size ng aking division 1. And then our div2 would be, let's say, lagyan natin ng sample content. So ang magiging design po niyan is, yan natin ng background white, and then the width would be 300 pixel. So run po natin to. So ayan, okay, nandito po sa baba. Gusto ko pong display po niya, ma-display po siya next to the row position of our table. So, lagyan ko lang po ito ng display inline block. Testing natin. Okay, so hindi siya lagyan natin ng display inline block and then position absolute. Try natin kung gagana. Okay, hindi gumana. Bakit kaya? Tingnan natin. TD. So, lagyan natin ito ng display inline block para sila display linearly. Okay, so ayan po, nandito na po. Okay, ang ating adding form. So, add po natin yung information ng ating form. Okay, so simply say H2. No, masyadong malaki. H4 lang. H4 and then adding form. Okay, so lagyan po natin ito ng form. And then mga input tags. Let's say this is a fruit name. Okay, and then fruit name. Okay, and then lalagay po natin muna ito sa ating division div style. Lagyan natin. Okay, ayan ito. So this will be identified as a form div. So this is a form div. So lagyan natin ng design tong form div na padding is 10px. Okay, then copy na lang po natin to para meron tayong field for price also. Okay, so fruit name and then the fruit price. So fruit price. Okay, and then after this we will say form, we will say input, design for our input 100%. The padding would be a 5px. Okay, so run po natin to. So ayan, hindi pala advisable na lagyan ng padding. Sorry po. So yan, okay, pangit tingnan kung may padding. So ayan, and then lagyan po natin po ng placeholder as a required, and then this field for fruit price also, yan natin. Okay, and then drag po natin para meron tayong space for our main file. Yan, so okay, fruit name, adding form. Okay, so to display, meron bang kulang? Meron pa bang kulang? Okay, I think wala na. So to display our data, our data on our database here, so we will use a functionality code, functionality or a feature of jQuery code or a feature of JavaScript code, AJAX. So integrate po natin yung jQuery muna natin. Let's say kung gagana po yung directory na jQuery. Okay, so and then src. So our file is jQuery.js ito po. So jQuery.js. Add po natin ito and then so let's say let's say I want to say so to start with jQuery, just simply say document ready and then function, and open and close, follow niyo lang po ako, then alert, hello world. Okay, so run this code. So ayan, so gumana po yung directory natin kasi kung wala po to itong jQuery natin, hindi po natin in-integrate yung file na dinownload po natin, so hindi po yun lalabas. Okay, kasi yung alert function kasi na-integrate gamit ang ganitong file, ang ganitong library. Okay? Okay, so makakagamit na tayo ng jQuery functional. Okay, so next thing po na gagawin natin is magki-create po tayo ng ating sariling jQuery. So new, then save this as myfunc.js. So save. So this is my created jQuery. Okay, so to integrate this file also, just simply put it next to the jQuery. Dapat next po siya kasi kung iuna mo po to, okay, paglalagyan mo ng functionality, let's say document that ready function. Okay, so let's say alert. So hindi po ito magra-run kasi nilagay mo next to the jQuery. So dapat dapat after the jQuery declaration. So try nating run to. So obviously wala tayong output. So dapat display to next to the jQuery or after the jQuery.js file. Okay, so run po natin. So ayan po, lumabas po yung hello world. Okay, so importante po yan. So huwag niyo po yang kakalimutan. So then gagawa tayo ng file. Let's say ang name ang file na to is used to fetch. This file, the feature of this file will the functionality of this file will fetch the data of our database, the data from our database. So we will simply name this file as get data.php, or for uniformity, so we'll say my queries. Let's say this my queries.php. So my queries.php. So ano pong nasa loob ng my queries.php? First thing po, mag-o-obtain po siya ng connection. So I will declare a variable. So ganito po mag-declare ng variable sa PHP. And then create po tayo ng object, the MySQLi. So ang parameters, ang arguments po ng objects na to is our server, the local host, and then our username, which is root, and then our password, which is wala po tayong password, and then leave lang po niyan ng ganyan, and then our name of our database is coding is fun. So this is our database. Okay, ayan. So using this command, we just have created an object for connecting an object for us to obtain a connection on our database, and this will be stored for our this will be referred on our variable as the con. Okay, so to perform a query, we will store our query in the result variable. So we'll say result is equals to our con that points to query. So this object has been created from this set of commands. So with this reference, magagamit na natin yung mga functionality ng MySQLi. So isa sa mga functionalities ng MySQLi is si query function. So with this query function, maiintindihan niya po kung anong gusto nating gawin sa ating database. So select, let's say ang gusto nating gawin, ang unang gusto nating gawin sa ating database is kunin yung mga data na nandun sa ating database. So select asterisk from, so remember our table name. So our table name is the fruit list. Okay po. Okay, so to return, okay, to fetch this to return, okay. So now we have a result variable. So to extract data from this variable coming from a successful query, we will simply say while row is equals to mysql I fetch array. So in this sense, mas specify po natin yung fields ng ating table. Okay? Table fruit list. Okay. So basically, ang ni-return niya na data ay lahat ng data from the fruit list. So the way for us to extract data from our fruit list is we will simply say mysqli fetch array, specifying the result variable. Okay, and this result variable will be extracted in an array base, and then we will specify those attributes or those fields as the row. Okay, so but before that we will use a data variable data as an array. Okay, we'll declare array and then simply say data, okay, I, and then data is equals to array. Okay, so ito po yung magiging name ng ating first index. Okay, let's say para kung sinabi na sa loob ng isang array may array. Parang ganun, array inside array, a nested array. So ito po ang ibig sabihin ko dito. Okay? So para ma-identify ko kung ilan na ang laman ng aking first index, so ito po si I. Okay? So our first field is the fruit name coming from the data of row fruit ID. Okay? So remember our field. Go to our MySQL. So our first field is fruit ID. Okay, so fruit ID and then the fruit name, row fruit name, and then balik lang po tayo dito. Okay, fruit name and then fruit price. So ikaw bahala kung anong gusto mong gawin dito. Basta kapag as long as ikaw ang bahala kung anong gusto mong name or specifier or identifier para dito, as long as you did define the exact keywords you used in your database table in this part. Okay po, and then row fruit price. Actually guys, ang hirap mag-explain while nagko-code. So sorry po sa mga pauses po na ma-perform ko po. So para ma-identify, para uniquely ma-identify yung each rows natin as the I, so we will increment it as I++. And then after that, meron na po tayong magiging content ng ating data. So i-return na po natin to, echo JSON encode. So pag na-return na tong value na to, this will be interpreted as a JSON format. It means it is a set of characters or a string. It is a set of characters in an array format. Okay? So ito po ang ibig sabihin. Later makikita nyo po kung ano po ang format ng ating JSON. Okay? And then, so ayan, I think wala tayong error. Coding is fun, array. So kalimutan ko pong mag-initialize ng I. Okay po, so okay. So to integrate our AJAX functionality here, so we'll simply say dot ajax, and then set po natin yung mga parameters ng AJAX function. So type is AJAX, and then ang method po, wala po tayong ma-identify na method. So ang URL na lang po, URL, and then ang URL po natin is si myqueries.php. Okay? So ito po yung tatawagin natin. Okay? Para makuha po natin yung records or data ng ating fruit list table, identified or returned as a JSON encoded format. So query, and then our async means this, that AJAX performs asynchronous operation. It means that your page will not load, will not refresh, or will not reload whenever there is a change of specific document. So ganito po ka-powerful ang ating jQuery with the help of AJAX functionality. Okay po? And then identified as true, and then data type JSON. So para ma-receive po natin ang return value na JSON. Then whenever success, so meron po tayong set po natin yung parameter natin or requirement. And then hindi po pala to parameters. Ito po ay arguments. So ito po yung mga basic arguments niya para magamit yung AJAX functionality. So whenever true yung kanyang argument, whenever successful, wala siyang makitang error dito, so i-return niya successfully as JSON encoded format. And then since nag-set ka ng parameter na you can receive a JSON encoded JSON encoded formatted na format na data, so i-receive niya dito. Okay? And then what if error? So identify din natin yung argument for error. So what if error? So we'll print this, we will print error. Okay? Error. So what if successful? So we'll simply say success. Okay? So yan, run muna natin kung success ba. Okay, success po. Wala pong error. So to show our data initially, so we'll simply say console to display our return data here, to see the JSON encoded na format na ni-return niya po. So ipe-print po natin sa ating console. So print po natin yung data. Balik po tayo, fresh. So right click, inspect element, or just hit your F12. Inspect. So view console. So ayan, meron po siyang dalawang records na ni-return in an array format. So as observed, dalawa po ang records natin, the melon and the apple. So ayan po, click nyo lang po show. So meron po tayong fruit name na melon, and then fruit name na apple. Okay? So yan, successful po yan. So to display those jQuery format na data dito sa ating HTML format, so we'll simply follow nyo lang po yung code ko. Dito po natin ita-target sa ating t-body. Okay? So yan, type po tayo ng var, let's say text is equals colon var I and a is equals to 0. So identify po natin loop natin, I is equals to 0, I is lesser than data dot length, and then I plus plus. So store po natin dito yung plus equal, store po natin whatever records na i-return niya dito sa ating data. So i-cut po natin to, and then dito natin ita-target. Okay? Dito natin i-display yung ating data. Okay? So identify natin tong field na to or area na to using ID reference. So ID, let's say we say as display here. Okay, so display here. So we'll paste our copied text. So in table, and then so ganito po ang format ng text in JavaScript. Okay. And then since na-save na po tong text na to sa text na variable, so i-save, we will integrate this text to our HTML file. Okay, so our HTML document will be displayed particular on the T-body area. So display here. So identify po yung location and then the HTML na function ng AJAX, ng jQuery, and then save po yung text. Okay? Refer po sa text na variable. Okay? So we try. So ayan po, dalawa po yan. Okay? So i-define po natin kung ano yung mga fields. So data I, so the first index at the first moment na mag-loop po siya. So I, and then data, this data refer to this data. Okay? Data, kung ginawa po mo yung datax, so magiging datax din po dito. Okay po? So gusto ko po by convention data lang po. Or sige, gawin natin datax kung gusto nyo. Yan naman kayo eh. And then datax, and then ang hirap talagang magtagalog guys. Pasensya na kayo guys. Datax, then fruit name. Okay, since within datax, meron tayong na-identify na tatlong values. The fruit IDX and the fruit name X. Oh, fruit name X pala dito dapat. Okay, fruit name X. So try natin. Refresh. So ayan, meron na tayong melon and the apple. Okay po. So successful po ang ating jQuery integration of AJAX. Okay? I mean jQuery implementation of AJAX. So ayan po, successful po yung integration natin or implementation natin ng jQuery AJAX. Okay? So, hindi lang po fruit ang ating gustong i-display. Gusto din natin yung ating fruit price X. So, ayan. To improve our table, so i-add po natin yung A. So, ano po ba yung A? Ito yung mag-identify ng ating numbers. So, ayan po, whenever successful po yung condition, so perform po niya yung loop, and then first thing is added niya yung value ng 1, or same way as we say A is equals to A plus 1. Okay, same lang po yan. So, currently 0 pa siya, 0 plus 1. Okay, yan po ang mangyayari. So, automatically 1 and 1 will print in this specific field. Okay, so balik po tayo by convention A++. Okay, so is ating code. Ayan. Okay, to improve this field, let's say we can add hover functionality in this field. So since row 2 po to, add po tayo ng row 2 hover. Okay, hover. Okay, so background, every time na magka-hover siya sa row na yon, so magkukulay AE. So medyo dark color. Okay, hindi po nag-color. Row hover background AE row class 2. Add po natin yung cursor pointer. Okay, so baka late lang po nag-react yung page ko. Hindi siya nag-color. CSS class row2. So class row2 hover on hover. So ayan po. So nagkukulay na po siya. Okay? So medyo loading po kasi yung laptop ko. Sorry po. Okay, so yan, integrated na po natin yung ating database data dito sa ating application. So paano po natin pagaganahin itong adding form natin? Okay, lagyan po natin ng buttons. Okay, so button, lalagay po muna natin ito sa ating separate division. Okay, and then we will also add ID form div2 for this. Okay, and then form div2 we will simply say padding 20px. So this add fruit. Okay, so balik tayo dito. So meron tayong add fruit. Okay, so okay, dapat class 2 po. Okay, add po tayo ng cancel kasi lalagyan natin ng option na pwede yung user mag-cancel ng kanyang form. Okay, so identify this button as add this fruit. Okay, so ito po yung unique identity ng ating button. Okay, so whenever mag-click po siya ng itong add fruit, so things po na tinype po niya dito, yung mga information na tinype po niya dito, maa-add dito. Okay, so paano gagawin yan without loading the page? So again, gagamitin po natin yung jQuery AJAX functionality. Okay, so whenever this button will be clicked, so we will simply say, okay, separate mo po muna natin ito sa ating function. So function get data. So identify function as get data, and then para mag-run po itong function na to, para meron po siyang ma-display sa ating data as ating application, so call po natin to. Okay, so ayan, by default, by the time mag-run to yung atong application na to, i-refer ng ating Apache itong index.php. So i-run niya itong yung myfunc, and then myfunc will call this is a function call. So he will call the function get data. So run po yan. So by the time mag-add po siya ng form, mag-add po siya ng fruit, whenever i-click po niya yung, whenever he will click the add fruit na button, so isi-set po natin yung code para dyan. Okay, so ganito po yung format. Whenever click, so function, so ano pong mangyayari kapag click po, i-click po yung pag mag-click po siya doon sa ating button. So isa-submit natin tong form na to into our another file called, we'll create another file called submit1.php. So this file will be used for submission of forms or adding of fruits for our database. So submit1.php. So first thing we need to do is to we'll add a connection. Okay, we will obtain a connection first before we will use a database. And then next thing we need to do is to specify our query. But observe on our insertion of table, we need to identify values. So our values will be coming from our form. So this fruit name and the fruit name and the fruit price. So we will fetch those data that has been submitted. So fruit n is equals to post fruit name. Okay, and then another thing submitted is the fruit p as the fruit price. So copy paste lang po natin to para hindi po tayo magkamali. So yan, and then so hide po muna natin itong ating CSS. So result is equals to new con that points to query. So insert into fruit list. So ano po yung mga fields na kailangan nating insertan? So ito yun pong fruit name and then the fruit price. And then identify po natin yung values na i-insert natin. So since si fruit name is a varchar, so itong fruit n is i-enclose natin sa ating single quote. And then comma. Then since si fruit price is a floated field, so wala na po siyang single quote. Okay po. And then whenever successful po, madedetect po niyan gamit nitong code na to. So result, if result, so we will simply say successful. Okay, so to inform our jQuery that the record has been successfully submitted, so we will return we will use an array called message, okay, with one index success that initially equal to false. Okay, whenever true, whenever this query is successful, so ito i-redefine natin yung ating array. So we will say true if ever successful. Okay, so return po natin again JSON encode again the message. Okay, kasi requirement ng ating code dito sa jQuery na ang i-return niya is a JSON encoded format. Okay, so pwede rin natin itong i-copy. Okay, so remove lang natin to. And then AJAX, mag-identify tayo ng method as the post method. Okay, and then